Rain lashed the windows, wind howled like a hungry dog. Inside, Amit worked. He was alone, the only sound the click of his keyboard. 3 a.m., his watch glowed. Amit stretched, back stiff. He looked out the window, darkness stared back. A noise, a soft thud, like something hitting the front door. Amit paused, listening, silence. He went back to work, heart beating a little faster, then again. Thud, thud. Someone was knocking. At this hour? Amit felt a shiver run down his spine. He glanced at the clock on his desk. 2 a.m. Who could it be at this ungodly hour? His mind raced through possibilities, an emergency, a prank, or something more sinister. He stood up, his chair scraping loudly against the wooden floor, breaking the silence of the night. Slowly he walked towards the door, each step echoing in the stillness. His hand trembled as he reached for the doorknob. The knocking continued, more insistent now. Thud, thud, thud. Amit took a deep breath, trying to steady his nerves. He hesitated for a moment, then finally turned the knob and opened the door, peering into the darkness outside. He crept towards the door, each step echoing in the quiet house. His hand trembled as he reached for the handle. Holding his breath, he threw open the door. Empty. Only the storm raged on. But then, a whisper, faint, but there, right outside his door. He hesitated, heart pounding in his chest, the sound almost deafening in the stillness. The whisper grew louder, more insistent, as if calling to him. He glanced around, the shadows playing tricks on his eyes. Was it his imagination? Or was someone really there? The storm outside seemed to mirror his inner turmoil, lightning flashing and thunder rumbling, shaking the very foundations of the house. He took a deep breath, trying to steady himself. Slowly, he stepped out into the hallway, the floorboards creaking under his weight. The whisper continued, now clearer, almost forming words. He followed the sound, drawn to it like a moth to a flame. Each step felt like an eternity, the anticipation building with every moment. What awaited him in the darkness? He had to find out. Amit slammed the door shut, heart pounding in his chest. He backed away, eyes darting around. That's when he saw it. A face, pale and gaunt, staring at him. Not through the door, but through the living room window. It pressed against the glass, eyes wide, mouth open in a silent scream. Amit's breath caught in his throat. He couldn't move, couldn't think. The face was unlike anything he had ever seen, almost ghostly, with hollow eyes that seemed to pierce through his very soul. He stumbled backward, tripping over the coffee table, sending books and papers flying. The room felt colder, as if the temperature had dropped suddenly. He could see his breath forming small clouds in the air. The face remained, unblinking, unmoving, just staring. Amit's mind raced. Was it real? Was he dreaming? He pinched himself, the sharp pain confirming his worst fear. This was no dream. He crawled to the corner of the room, trying to put as much distance as possible between himself and the window. His phone was on the other side of the room, charging. He needed to call someone, anyone, but he couldn't bring himself to move. The face seemed to follow his every move, its eyes tracking him with an eerie precision. Amit's heart raced faster, his mind a whirlwind of fear and confusion. Terror choked Amit. He stumbled back, tripping over the rug. As he scrambled to his feet, he heard it. A low chuckle coming from inside the house. The face at the window was gone. Amit was not alone. He was trapped.